What's up, guys? Jason Payne, your host of the Sexy Business Status Podcast. I'm here with another Jason. We had Jason Jarvis just a little bit ago, and Jason Nemes, not from AZ, but also a stud and another roofer in the house. I get shit for talking to or collaborating with other roofers, especially more in Arizona. More in Arizona, I get some hate, local guys, but Texas.
You collaborate at the top and your competition at the bottom.
Right.
Yeah, that's just what it is. So
that's what it is. Yeah. Love it. Cool. So I've actually never met Jason before. Casual friends on social media.
Yep.
We have a couple casual buddies. But I saw in the roofing space, and I started following you, or you following me, or vice versa. And then I saw doing 75 hard at the same time. I finished probably a week before you.
Yep.
Somewhere maybe 2 weeks before you. But then I saw it like from the roofing game, writing up claims and doing all that stuff in a different state. And I'm like, dude, it was like, I was like, we got some commonalities for sure. And then I was like, hey, when you come, like, dude, I'll be there in 2 weeks.
Yeah,
and I'm like, bro, I'm freaking
about to be there. Yeah,
swinging. So, and you're speaking at a place tomorrow, yeah?
Yeah, I am. Yeah,
cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm excited.
So, those that are listening, whether you're just a roofing contractor or you're blue collar small business, I want you to pay attention to the word for today. Is the word is speed. When I see Jason, see what he's doing, see the moves that he's making. From what he's done in the past to his roofing game, speed and accessibility and resources is definitely been a huge part of that. And I'm going to digest that if we can.
We can, yeah.
Dude, it's going to be friggin' crazy. So you just got married?
I did. I just got married in March, the end of March.
Yeah. So lovely. I met your bride just a little bit ago.
Yeah.
Super cool. And I was like, hey, kiddo. She's like, bro, we're working on it.
She's actually, and I was going to make a video, and because I'm very big on giving props where props are due, you know, and she is a huge reason why I am where I am.
Okay.
And they always say, I mean, your spouse is probably the biggest determining factor on where a man is headed and like where you end up.
Completely agree.
But as far as me getting into the roofing industry, period, man, it stemmed from her like you wouldn't believe.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That's wild. Okay, so we're going to go into that in a second. So it's funny you say that. I think Alex Hormozy and Layla are probably the biggest, like, they probably push that the most. They say your spouse is your superpower.
Yeah, for sure.
And they will help you X, like multiple what you're doing, or they will literally put a stick of tannerite at the bottom of it and completely crumble.
It's so true. I mean, it's the real deal.
Love it. Okay, so how did your spouse get you into the roofing game?
So, as we discussed off camera, I have a network marketing business that I still make a 6-figure income residually from. I hadn't worked it for a bit, and I wasn't really up to much in my days. It was kind of just whatever.
Bored, dinking around. Nope. Dare I say, is the word purpose or fulfillment?
Yeah, I was just existing, per se, with a comfortable income, just not making shit happen. And for a woman's perspective, especially one that is out grinding and hustling day to day, she's high end with real estate.
Sure.
I mean, she's looking at me. It's like, yeah, okay, you know, you do decent, but like, what are you gonna do?
It's almost a turnoff.
It is. And again, I mean, I was making what most people would consider phenomenal income, but for her, it's like her working all the time, and me, it's just like, you know, I hate to see the gym tan laundry kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
But it's like I went to the gym and I met up with a couple of buddies, and like I'm just not
golfing,
really in purpose. Golfing, boxing.
Yeah.
I'm just not in a purposeful life day to day.
Okay. How long was that span?
Well, her and I have been together 2.5 years now. So, and I've been in roofing 19 months. So, I mean, it started happening after like 4 or 5 months. Yeah, it's kind of started to come up a little bit.
Okay.
And I mean, probably like when we got more and more serious, you know, it's like,
sure,
maybe it was a little longer. I don't know the exact timeline, but it started to present itself. And so I started thinking about what I was going to do. And I started reaching out to some people. One of my best friends, who's a huge developer, he would always tell me, bro, you got to get into roofing. Like, you're so good at speaking, you're good at recruiting, you're good at selling. You need something with higher commissions.
Sure.
Like, you sell one thing and you make an extra, really good amount of money.
High ticket.
High ticket.
Love it.
So it was always in the back of my mind, but when he would talk about it more so, I was still heavily involved in the network market because this was like 5 or 6 years before that,
Okay.
right? So I was still involved and still working the business.
Sure.
And I wasn't open to doing other things yet. And so now this is, so now we're talking and these things are presenting, like things are starting to come up. So in my mind, roofing was one, and then solar, solar was something that I had been thinking about. Insurance, because it's similar to network marketing and you can build a really great pipeline. I know a lot of people, right?
Yep.
And so, and I have multiple friends in each space that are high 7-figure and higher earners.
Yeah.
So
just plug their
each
brain.
person, right? But it's like each person that I would talk to, they're all selling it to me where it's going to be the best thing ever. Look at how much money I'm making. So it all looks great.
You can't do all of them all at once.
No,
you got to pick one.
Right. And I didn't want to be like just sporadic and base a decision off emotion, because that's when you make a bad choice.
Pay attention to that right there. Do not make emotionally charged decisions.
Correct.
Do you know who Brandon Dawson is?
I do.
So Brandon Dawson, like one of my mentors,
he's a beast.
Lives down the street.
Okay,
right?
cool. Yeah.
And his thing is like no emotion in business.
Dude, zero.
He has saved me commas.
I don't care how you feel.
Hours.
That's right.
Just like, dude, like, you want to go into a conversation with a business partner, with a client, with one of your team members, one of your sales guys, a pissed off homeowner, a pissed off supplier, or a subcontractor, whatever. Dude's like, you walk in, no emotion.
Neutral. You can only be a little bit higher than neutral or a little bit lower than neutral, and you just come right back.
Yeah.
That's it.
Oh, it's so.
And that's like
so
when
good.
you're winning in life, like maybe like a 2 above neutral, come right back.
Yeah.
I'm saying keep it moving.
Just keep going.
But yeah, and it's like we can get sidetracked so easily. Sure. But one of my mentors was like, "Why do you always get it so excited when good things happen to you?" He'd be like, "Oh my God, you're not going to believe it! I met the most incredible woman." Like, why would I not believe it? Why can you barely believe it? Yeah. Oh my God, you're not going to believe I just did this and I made this amount of money. Like, why is it so surprising to you? Yeah. You've been working every single day for this amount of years to become that person. Yeah. Stop acting surprised because you're telling the universe that you don't deserve it. Yeah. And then you're going to block a bunch of other blessings that could be coming your way.
Or so like now you're a God-giving person. You're a good person of ethics, of morals, and all these things. And you find a great woman. It's like,
obviously,
that kind of makes sense,
right? That's what I'm attracting. I become a great guy. I'm doing great in the world. Of course, I'm going to have a great woman. That's just how it goes.
Sure.
Yeah. So, and that was a really good lesson for me too. I mean, I've been asked to merge 6 times already. I got asked if I wanted to sell today, this morning. I was asked. I got hit up on IG. Hey, are you looking to sell your roofing company? No bullshit. 6 times already in the last like fucking 3 months. Yeah. But so back to the wife thing. Yeah. So I had conversations in those 3 different industries. They sounded great. I was still holding off a little bit, trying to decide. And a buddy of mine called me. Ooh. And he was like, "Hey, bro, I want to ask you something." Yeah, I was like, "Hey, man, I want to ask you something." I was like, "What's up?" And we've been friends for years. And he was like, "Would you want to start a roofing company with me?" And I was like, "I'm listening." So he had a roofing company in Oklahoma. And his partner,
he already had one.
He already had a roofing company. Yeah, not for a long time, but he was in the space and he knew how to navigate things, sell, and what to do.
Sure.
But his partner didn't want to expand. He was a little bit more fixed-minded on staying in Oklahoma and not going to Texas. But my friend wanted to expand to Texas. So he hit me up and asked me if I wanted to start a roofing company with him. And then we talked about it. I was like, let's do it. And that was December of 2023. So I drove to Oklahoma and I trained with him. And I've had so many keyboard warriors talking shit about this. I went to Oklahoma and I trained for 2 days. Now,
2 days.
2 days. I trained for 2 days. And it's like, oh, you're going to call yourself a roofer and think you're an expert. Like, no, I'm not an expert when it comes to roofing. I'm an expert at what I'm an expert in.
Sure.
Which is being the owner is the best expertise for me, right? But I still needed to learn the inspection process, what to do, how to walk the home, how to talk to the customer, how to file the claim.
Navigate insurance.
Correct. Navigating. I needed to understand and learn that process, but I'm a fast learner. And we had an operations manager. He works with me. He's in the house with me too.
Okay.
He was an adjuster for 30 years, been in the industry 38 years, and is a magician with this. And he would answer tons of my questions, bro. And when I was first getting started, like I was selling jobs, I mean, I would be on job sites. I would be up with the crews and asking, like the crew leader asking questions. And I'm like a sponge learning as much as I can.
Why this? Why that? Why this?
Correct.
Why that?
What's that called? What's
Yeah.
this? Oh, that's what that is. Gotcha. I'm just really soaking it
How do
all
you supplement
in.
that?
Correct. And learning.
Sure.
And so I went 2 days, trained, came back to Texas, storm hits, and I started to sell. First 2 houses I closed, door knocking. So I closed.
Okay.
I talked to the one homeowner, and I overcame objections like crazy. He already knew a guy, and then we started to talk more, develop more of that quick relationship, right? No like and trust. And then he's just like, you know what, man? Actually, the guy I was telling you about, I met him at the bar a couple weeks ago. Why don't you go ahead and you said you have your lighter? Yes, sir. I got my lighter, man. It won't take me very long. Cool, man. Go ahead and let me know what you think.
Yeah.
Blasted. I mean, it was one of the little love storms, bro. Like the adjuster was like, I don't know why they keep sending me here. Like it's so bad. I mean, I didn't mark anything up. I take pictures and it's approved, right?
Right.
While I was on his roof, the neighbor came out across the street. So I'm talking to the neighbor and his wife from his roof. Mind you, he had
I'll be there in 10 minutes.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, ended up talking with him. He was super cool, inspected his roof, signed, filed. Yeah. So like I generated like 25 grand in commission.
In commission, not gross.
In commission, right. Because of their bigger houses.
Sure.
Like right then, I'm like, wow. Okay.
Yeah, a little taste, little
Like,
sprinkle.
we got to, and
little white
that
powder
was
on your
insurance.
nose.
Yeah, exactly. and that was insurance work. So, I didn't make it right then, but it's generated.
Yeah.
Like it's going to be coming.
Sure.
So obviously, as you know, we fill the pipeline. But yeah, so at that point, I was like, cool. So to fast forward, and my old partner has his version. Mind you, we're still very close friends. We talked yesterday on the phone for an hour, and we bounced ideas back and forth. He asked me a lot of questions, right? And my advice on certain things. And so I saw him once in 4.5 months, try to renegotiate some percentages, and he didn't want to do that. So we mutually went our separate ways. And that was the very end of June of last year, like beginning of July. So that's when I started Summit. So back to my wife. I mean, yeah, bro, like that hurt. Those conversations that we had.
Get off your ass and go do something.
Yeah. So then that's when I really started to think about what's going to be next.
Right.
And started putting some feelers out there. And
so the crazy part about this, in my scale program that I teach, we meet once a week, every Tuesday here for 2 hours, right? All blue collar guys, small business out there. And we don't just talk about money and business. We talk about being a better spouse, being a better man of God, being a better parent, right? Those are
like, it's the pillars to success.
Right.
I mean, if all of that shit is messed up and you just got stinking thinking outside here, you're never going to be able to operate at your fullest potential ever. And that's why I say winners only, man. I always say winners only.
Winners only.
Winners only. Yeah. And I actually started something called the Winners Only Roofing Academy because I get asked every single day by multiple people, if they can pick my brain, if they can take me to dinner, if we can grab coffee, if I have a coaching program. So I was like, I'm going to start one. And I had about to blast it like crazy. I already got one client. He paid the highest ticket. But I mean, the two things that I teach they're what has taken me like up here,
It's amazing.
Yeah.
So going back to those things that you talked about of your wife pushing you to the fulfillment part, like you're already making 6 figures.
Yeah.
So like revenue and income wasn't like, oh man, rice and beans and like I don't have a way to pay my bills.
No, we're still eating, not paying attention to the right side of the menu.
Right. right.
Yeah.
But like you go from that to like your spouse being like, dude, you are not living a fulfilling life. I want you guys to pay attention to that. It's not about the money. It's like, are you doing what God called you out to be? Like, are you being a freaking just a potato chip on a couch?
Yeah,
like,
and
that's a real thing that people struggle with. Most of them, there's also money attached to that, where like they're also freaking broke as shit. Right. So this one, you weren't broke, but you're just like no fulfillment, no drive, no purpose. That'll, especially a guy, dude, that'll destroy. I'm surprised you didn't like go like boom and totally crash and burn.
I kind of did. I kind of did, but I had created what I created, so the money was still coming. But the whole you're either growing or you're dying. And I'm sure it's the same for females, but like as a man, like you just said, you're either growing or you're dying. If you're not getting better every single day, and working on progression every single day. Of course, we all have our not so good days.
Sure.
But
We're humans. Yeah.
exactly. But if you are not in consistent pursuit of more in life, in all areas of life, it will eat at you. And there was something that just clicked because, man, you know about what happened here, right? Yeah. And so I wrote my book, bestseller, and
What's the name of your book so they can grab a copy?
The Code of Behavior, which is the philosophies and principles that I obviously follow. I never talk or give advice on things that I don't have experience in. I'll tell people that too. If they come and ask me stuff, I'm like, I can't give you advice on that because I've never experienced it myself, but this might be a good person for you to go talk to. But I got back into a rut, and it's so easy for us to drift off our path. Something happens, we have an aha moment, and then it's like, boom, I'm gonna go all in. And then we start to like really make shit happen. And then life starts to happen again. And we start missing our personal development and the different things that help us control our mindsets and be our best every single day. And then you go back to your old habits. Like, you have to be so specific on what you do day to day to make sure you keep that mentality positive, because negativity is natural and positivity is on purpose. It's such a negative world. You turn on the news, it's negative. So much negativity. You have to seek the positivity. Yeah. You really do.
You have to be intentional about it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Purposefully positive. You have to seek that. And so I got to a place, and my two best friends are multimillionaires, mind you. So, like, bro, I'll never forget when they took I had a badass newer Escalade, all murdered out. Bro, I traded it in for a Tesla Y. So, like, I was still making six figures, but I was making more than double at one point. And then that year was the first year that income dropped, and it dropped a lot. But I was still doing better than most would think, right? So, like, on the outside, like, oh man, Jace, you're so successful.
Still crushing.
Still looks great.
Internally, you're like, oh,
but
shit.
Internally, that was the first year that I decreased in income. And actually, that was probably, I think that's what it was. I was like, man, F this. Like, I can't, like, I had gone through this before, but I have everything it takes to be successful. And so many of you all out there have what it takes to be successful. You're just not getting up and being your freaking best. That's why I say winners only. Like, if you want to come work with us, you have to it's a winner's mentality. And a loser focuses on problems and gossip and drama. That is not invited into my company. The moment you start doing that, you're out. There's not even a conversation, because the conversation takes place during interview time. Yeah. You know, like, we're not...
The standard.
It is a standard. We have a standard of greatness, and that's what I live by. And so, yeah, man, they took that car away, and I was like, man.
It was an aha moment.
Bro, for real. I was like, never again. And now I'll never get comfortable again. And I've had it, and I've gotten comfortable a few times, and my income would decrease, and I would have to, like, get back in momentum, which sucks. And I would have to, like, just like you feel like you're redoing everything. Now, I'm not, because every time you would decrease, obviously you're a little bit higher than the time before, but you still feel like you're back at the bottom. Right. And it's a lot easier to ride the momentum wave than it is to create it. Sure. So now, and I see my best friends, and that was another thing. My two best friends, I really started to pay attention to them and what they do day to day.
Before we get into that, one thing is, so Grant Cardone taught me this, like, in one of his books, is white on the calendar is of the devil.
Yeah, idle time is the devil time. Fill the calendar. Yeah. Yes,
so,
sir.
Like, so when there's, like, see, like, oh, I was like taking time off hanging out, I'm like, dude, there's no way you weren't, even if it's just killing you on the inside, like, naturally, you're like, man, like, there's no fulfillment. Like, I don't feel like I'm really contributing to society. Although I'm making money, it's like making money is only one of, let's say, 4 categories. You're only checking one out of the 4 boxes.
Yeah, it's all the things you overcome while you're making the money. Is what you feel so good about.
Yeah, money is just a resource.
Exactly.
It's not like a sense of
I like solving problems, bro. Yeah. I like figuring shit out. And so with that comes more money.
Okay, so you go hanging out with your 2 buddies who are making way more than you are.
Oh man, yeah.
And you're like,
bro, one of my best friends makes like about $300K to $1 million a month on his coaching program, and he's still developing. So that kind of gives you a little, bro, kills it. And so they would be like, man, like you got like,
Dude, Dakota,
you just need to find,
like,
it's like you just need to find, you just need to find your thing, bro. Like you're next. You know, they always say you're next. And here, like one's driving his 720 badass, all tricked out McLaren, and then he's got the Urus and the G-Wagon, and like all the shit in the garage, and my other buddy's in his fucking Evo Spider Huracan, $300,000, and I'm in my Tesla Y.
yeah, 80
like-
G's.
Yeah, and I was always so happy for them and cheering for them, like, because that's what
Did envy ever kick in though?
it kicked into myself, not because I was like envious of them. It was like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
To myself, like I'm envious of my own self because I know that I have the potential. But it's like, why aren't you doing anything?
Or what are you not
Yeah,
doing?
what are you not doing?
So
That's
they pay
true.
attention, like, oh, I'm doing this and this and this and this. It's like, dude, like we talk about the analogy that I use is the spaghetti plate. You put spaghetti on, that's great. But eventually, when it gets too tall, that's spaghetti up on top, and you want to put the meatballs on top. There's never meatballs below the spaghetti; it's always
Right.
up on top. You can't even put the meatballs on top because they'll roll off because the shit that you have below. But you're like, oh, I want to add good habits and good this and good that, but you don't have a solid baseline. That shit on top will never stay
Right.
and never get rich enough because you're too stacked.
Yeah.
You have to turn things away and stop doing certain things as well.
Facts. Well, we'll have you'll have 24 hours in a day. What are you doing during those 24 hours?
Right.
That's actually like the majority of my own book, right? Code of behavior. What are you doing day to day?
Code of behavior. Dude, I'm gonna buy
Yeah.
it.
But
Anybody.
I want to get your book too, bro. I'm gonna get it. Yeah. So
That's awesome.
man, I was the whole what are you not doing? So this goes directly into the conversation with my best friends.
Okay.
I focused on what they were doing and realized that's what I was not doing. And you would think common sense, but common sense just ain't so common. When we know it, but you can't see the picture when you're in the frame.
Right.
But now it's like I took like an outside perspective just watching them, and I was like, they pretend like they're broke at all times. They're multimillionaires and they get up every fucking day. They're up at 5 a.m. or 5:30 a.m. They go and hit the gym consistently. They're just...
So personal development is on point.
Yeah, I mean, PD on point.
Family?
Family, yeah, and
Well,
habits.
whether even if you're single, but I say family, like if you're single, that's still a family.
Right.
Some of us we're divorcing ourselves.
Yeah, I
Right?
wouldn't even really... One is like not the best. Well, yeah, no, he does read. Thing is they were just so consistent. Consistency. It didn't matter how much they had in the account or how much they're like. Nothing mattered what was in the pipeline. Like they were just committed to doing the same things every day, and it just wouldn't stop. They just keep growing, and I'm like. Every time that I would start having great success, I would chill.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
And you
what am
expect
I
your bank
not-
account to get bigger.
Exactly.
It might stay the same.
Yeah.
Right? Plateau.
Yeah.
But like it's never.
Well, network marketing, it'll grow. And that's the cancer is that you get into a mindset of they will make me the money. I can chill.
Yeah.
They're going to go recruit more people.
It'll compound.
I can chill. Correct. Because it does. But that will, all good things will come to an end. Like at some point, people are going to start quitting or things will change with the economy. And then, whatever it is, and it happened. And then shit started to decline again. And so I was like, cool. Now at this stage of my life, I will never get complacent. I have insane goals. Like I have a goal of hitting $100 million valuation in the next 2 to 3 years. Outlandish? Maybe. I believe it can happen. And if I fall short and it's 70, fucking awesome.
Yeah, bummer.
So it's like, I have big, and dude, 8-hour delay yesterday, and I talk about it in my book, I need a fucking plane. Period. Like, it might be outlandish, but why not? So many other people have them. Tons of people have them. And this is just how I think. And I have $100 million on my mind.
But you didn't think like that 2 or 3 years ago, right?
I thought like that. But I was a dreamer.
But
there's doers and there's dreamers.
Yeah, you thought like that, but you didn't.
I wasn't
like that.
putting in the action to get the results.
Yeah.
Now I'm putting in the action to get the results.
So some people, I want to go on that though, because some people don't even, I call it give yourself permission. Some people don't even give themselves permission to dream that big.
Yeah.
And then the part that most, where 98% of the fallout is they don't act on those dreams. But some people don't even get to the dreaming part, let alone the acting part.
Right.
So they stay in that, that dead zone, we want to call it, right?
Yep.
And it's like, but then like, dude, give yourself permission to dream big, be a psycho, huge, crazy ass goals, right?
Amen.
And then,
It's like, if you can have
take
big
action
goals
on
or
it.
small goals, which one do you want to fucking focus on? Big goals, baby.
Yeah. And if you have small goals,
You want the small goals too. Like they lead to the big goals, right? So it's
But if you have small goals, you hit them fast, and it's like,
right.
then what?
Now what? Exactly.
Right. It's like, you're like, oh, cool, I'm making 6 figures a year.
Right.
This thing makes me money. I really don't have to touch it. Cool. I hit my goals. And
now
they're
I'm like, I need 6 figures a day.
yeah. And they're like, wait, no, yeah, like a month. And now like,
right.
Yeah.
You get to the month, and I was like, okay, I can do that in a week. Now I can do that. It's like, it just things shift.
And the crazy part too, I want to get into this because you obviously have. What are you guys gonna do in revenue this year? Let it tell me.
It was
just
looking
ballpark.
like 10 to 12 million. We'll see how things pan out. Of course, it's like you sign certain things, you do a bunch of things for customers, then they go. So,
but just
I have one
ballpark.
rep with 3 million in the pipeline, another one with 2 million in the pipeline, and I've got like 15 guys, and we just signed 2 huge commercial deals. So
Sure.
the focus is we're gonna do 10 million.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Love it. Love
Yeah.
it. Love it. Okay. So
In my first full year, mind you. This is my first January to December.
yeah.
Right.
I did 3.7. People think I'm a god, and I did 3.7. They're like, you did 3.7 million in 12 months, and I'm like, I have dudes that did that in a freaking month.
Right.
Not in 12.
Yeah.
Right. And I'm like, I'm doing 8. Oh gosh. Oh my gosh. San Diego owns a boardroom Dakota. What's his name? Keith. Anyways.
It'll come to you.
Yeah, it's a squirrel moment. I'll come back to that one. But he talks about how I was chatting. We went to dinner at a mastermind and whatnot. I was talking with him, and Kent Clothier,
Okay.
real estate. It has I think he owns like 7,500 doors, right? Real estate, big mogul,
that's
big
big
one.
time, yeah.
On the West Coast, San Diego. Kent Clothier, and I remember we were at his mastermind. We were talking. I signed up for his program 3 or 4 years ago. Had dinner, and I was like, "Oh, doing this." I'm like, "Yeah, like we're doing, I was like, yeah, we're gonna do. I think he said 10. I think he said 10 million. He's like, cool. A month,
Yep.
dude. The most
Like way to dig at my fucking
conversation
ego. Yeah.
I've ever had in my entire life.
Like, a year, but I was excited.
I'm like jacked, right? And he's like, oh, a month, and I'm like, and didn't he like flawlessly? It wasn't like an ego thing or like you're a pussy or nothing of that. Literally just like that. That's how big his thinking was,
Right.
And how and maybe what he thought of me, right?
I was gonna say maybe like from what he's seen, like
the standard.
you're $100+ million individual.
Yeah. It was. I remember.
So that could be that's a
that was 3
compliment.
years ago. I will never forget that.
Yeah.
That was wild. So going back to like, oh, cool, because there's a point to where like, okay, you're making the money and the money's there, and you literally can't spend the money that you're making. Right there comes to that point. But how important is it to help those with you along the way reach their goals as well?
It's
you said
everything.
You
I
have
don't
10,
even
12, 15 reps, somewhere around there? Right?
Yeah.
I have 7.
And it's constantly fluctuating.
Sure.
But bro, I have like some huge shit in the works, and it just launched. I had some huge shit in the works. It just launched a few days ago. And this is like the things that I have in the works and like that have just started is how I know like the 100 million is possible. Because like if I can get some guys over here 10 million, over here 20 million, and people hitting me up wanting to bring a few guys over to Summit because they're treated like shit and the owner's lazy or the owner's on drugs and freaking out on everybody.
The roofing industry, dude.
Yeah,
Like,
bro. And
alcohol
I
and
keep
cocaine.
dude, I know.
Wild.
And I put that shit away. I haven't done cocaine in 4.5 years. I used to be addicted, was doing it every fucking day.
Yeah.
I was the cartel's best friend, like literally ordering it daily almost. And I would order more so they wouldn't come as much, just to have it. But then I was like, I would right? AKA what happened.
Yep.
But yeah, it's that's why I'm like, okay, I have a guy over here. It's like, okay, they're doing like the 12 to 13 million, and they wanna rock with Summit. So I'm like, shit, okay, well you got that over here. Now I had like a couple guys hit me up in Colorado, and they're just them two alone are doing like 5 million. I'm like, cool. But when you bring what I'm a master of, which is recruiting and culture, and empowering people to be their best, and the energy that I bring, and that
It's wild.
and that I'm on it day to day. Like, and people see that and they love it. They want to get involved. Like, people want to be a part of a winning team.
It's not cocaine backed.
No, it's not cocaine backed.
It's
4.5
powder.
years now,
It's not
bro.
powder sponsored.
June of 2021 is the last time I touched cocaine.
Love it.
And
Congratulations.
Thank you. And I mean, so I had an old fashioned last night, and I was like, I'm drinking. It's like, It's my first drink in like 3.5 months.
Was alcohol an issue for you as well too back in the day?
No.
No.
Alcohol's I would drink so I could go do cocaine.
Gotcha.
Because in my mind I was like, well, if I get fucked up and I'm drunk, well then I need it so I can drive because it'll sober me up. And then it got to a point where I was like, I don't want to drink.
That's the mindset.
Yeah. Yippee. Then it got to a point where I was like, I just want cocaine.
Yeah.
I was bad, bro.
It's wild.
Yeah, and
so empowering people to help you
to
build
be their best,
empire.
bro. Yeah, and so that, and I think I was starting to talk about it a little bit earlier, but that's part of why my goal is 100 million, because of all the lives that represents being changed. The sales guys, the crews, the families that go along with it.
Right.
And I know that we do right by homeowners.
And you're changing the legacies, right?
Correct. And there's just big numbers. If you're a good person, there's so much good that comes from it.
Right.
And I want to help impact the world, and I want to help people tap into their greatness and be the best that they can possibly be.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's my duty and obligation.
Guys, so Jason Nemes here on the podcast, Sexy Business Status, right? The thing I want you guys to listen and pay attention to what he's talking about right now, that I talk and I coach and I preach about, but most people just have that small mindset, is you don't dream big enough to where other people's dreams can fit inside yours.
That's so good.
And 100 million, there's a lot of mofos that can fit inside of $100 million.
And I tell
dream.
people, I need multiple guys that are making 7 figures a year.
Yeah.
And the way I structure things,
grossing,
no,
netting.
that are netting 7 figures a year. Like regionals making 5-ish million a year. District managers making 1 to 3 million a year. Like, bro, I have huge goals, and I want those that align with my principles and where we're headed. Like, if you want to come in and give little effort and not really work, I don't want you. There's so many companies that just hire everybody.
No.
And I'm going to put on some game right now, because this is something that I learned with Summit.
Yeah, go for it.
The network marketing industry, you're taught recruit everybody, get everybody, bring everybody. And
If they have a heartbeat, they count.
Exactly. And there are a lot of roofing companies that do that. And I know, dude, I lost multiple 5 figures doing that, helping people out. I've got a good heart. I want to help people. I want to see, and I believe
you get burned because you're a nice guy.
Oh my God, have I been burned, bro? But it's okay. Because I think it was Hermosi that put it out.
You'd still rather do that though, right?
100%. I think Hermosi put it out. It's like, you're going to lose thousands going to the 100,000, right? You're going to lose hundreds of thousands going to the million or the 10, whatever it was. But it's like, I know that I'm doing it right, because I just lost X amount of money, but it's like, what was the gain? So anyway, I made an executive decision that I implemented certain things that I always talked about and I just let slide. I implemented it knowing that I was going to weed most of the guys out, right? So I went from 20 to 25 guys. I mean, I had them fast to to 4 people. Three.
You fired 75% of your sales
Correct.
team.
3 guys and 1 girl, and I was scared to do it, because it's like, man, it's just like, in my mind, it doesn't look good, but it's like,
And mathematically, you're like, this doesn't make sense.
Right.
This is not getting me to 100 million.
exactly. I'm going backwards.
Last time I checked, division or subtraction does not get
takes
me
away.
to 100 mil.
Exactly.
If I'm doing
That does
4,
not
5, or
help
10.
with scaling.
Yes.
So I made an executive decision to do that. I went down to 4.
Why?
Because winners only. I don't want...
You're settling.
You're settling, but also I'll touch on this part. High achievers, high level thinkers, and high level actors, as far as like action, not actors, they want, well, I guess actors in Hollywood, they want to be around winners. They want to be around high producers. They want to be around people that are like-minded and like them.
Killers.
That are killers.
Yep.
That's who the killers want. They want to be around other killers. And when you have people that are complainers and naggers and excuse makers, loser mentality, it will have the high achievers, the potential, the killers, the sharks, it will have them lower their vibrations and they will not be able to work optimal. like they normally would if they're around other killers. And so, and it also gives them permission to not go sell 2.5 million for the year. Because guess what? If somebody's in the company and they do 100,000, somebody who's potentially able to do 2.5 million, they'll do 1 million, think they fucking kicked ass, be like, well, he only did 100,000. But it's like, bro, you are capable of so much more.
I need to go. I need some fluoride. I need to brush my teeth.
Right.
I just threw up in my mouth.
But they're
So
thinking
bad.
they're the fucking man because, or the woman because like,
Yeah.
well, I did 10x what they did. It's like, but they fucking suck.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, if they suck, why do I have them in my company?
Yeah.
So it's like killers only,
Like,
winners only, bro.
Those guys suck. Like, wait, I employ them.
Yeah, exactly. and at the end of the day, it's like not everybody wants the same thing. So they're not right or wrong for that. They're not bad
Right.
people.
Right.
It just doesn't align with our culture and where I want to go as an owner and the standard that I have, not just for the company, but for myself. See, that's the standard that I set for myself every single day. And because of that, I can ask that.
And how fast do you want to get there?
Exactly. You don't have time for fucking people that are the exact opposite.
Okay, so I got this question because this has been bugging me the last 5 minutes. You brought it up. You're about like, I bring the energy. I set the standard for that. How important is it? Because I called a guy in Eeyore, right? Winnie the Pooh. I literally called the dude Eeyore the other day, and he was like, "What do you mean?" And I'm like, "Bro," I was like, I walk around you, I talk around you, and I'm like, I'm not jacked up to go like to have a better sex life. I'm not like, you don't like, I don't hang around. Like, I don't want to go work out and get a good pump in. I don't want to go make more money. Like when I'm around you, it's like, I almost have to take a shower when I'm done because of your just, like I said, just laziness or lack of urgency.
Can't
or
stand it.
You don't want to like go crush it. And it's like you're like a deflated balloon.
Right.
Like
Can't stand that.
how important is that as the owner of a business to set the standard and be the example? Because a lot of people will try and delegate that energy
You can't,
to somebody else, and then they have to and then they teach it or coach it to their team.
Right. It all starts at the top. Period. Like it starts at the top. Everything starts at the top. And in the beginning, man, I would be out there a ton, door knocking, running appointments, being on roofs, selling nonstop. And everybody knows that I can handle my own and I can sell. And they understand now that if I'm out selling and I'm 100% owner of the company, if I'm out selling, it's taking away from me helping build the business. Like, so if I'm not on roofs, I can help you make more money.
Right.
So that they understand that, you know, and I bring that up because it's like, well, how important it is for the owner to be bringing certain things to the table. I mean, it's everything. Like I work I'm so fired up, bro. Like people can see it in my eyes. I'm just like, I'm a maniac. I'm and Grant Cardone talks about Be Obsessed or Be Average. I'm so fucking obsessed
Such a good book.
with greatness and building a phenomenal, massive company and helping a lot of people that my energy is just there because I'm so fired up. I have to watch who I talk to past a certain time because I get so fucking hyped up that I can't go to sleep till like 3 or 4 in the morning. Like it's a real thing, but things go from one to another, right? And what I mean by that is it's transfer, right? So if I'm just
Transfer energy.
So
Sure.
if I'm
100%.
if I'm boring and I'm monotone and I'm just not fired up and I'm just depressed, like if I just talk to people like go get them, you'll go have a great day, just go be your best. It's gonna be a good day. Yeah. That is fucking boring. Like I felt bored. I felt discouraged just saying it like that.
Like
but on the flip side, it's like, yo, we got this. Let's go. You're gonna go fucking kill it today. We're gonna get closer to your goals. Like that's a whole different feeling. And then your leaders will start to talk like that, and it just gets, bro. It's just how you run your office.
When you pass it, you pass down the vibe, right?
Yeah, dude. Like it's everything.
Yeah. So I believe that's inside of you. You just have to pull it out of you.
Yeah.
I don't believe that somebody gives it to you.
Well, when I was hyped up on cocaine, I mean, I would be hyped up for about 10 minutes and then I would get geeked out and then I would like go hide in a corner by myself.
Right.
So, and then like the next day I'm so down on myself, like, you idiot, man, you said you're never going to do this again. And I did it for years. And so I was so disciplined in the wrong things that it actually killed me.
Sure.
So it's like, well, what if I apply that same level of discipline to things that are productive? Where would that lead me?
It's funny you say that. So Grant talks about that. He's like, it takes as much energy to be broken homeless as it does to be a millionaire.
And it's so true. And people have a hard time understanding that concept.
Dude, like homeless
And
people.
my videographer right here, my man Malcolm, we talked about this in the car because I had a fucking 8-hour delay getting here yesterday.
Sure.
I was a little late coming to pick him up. And it's like, the universe might be saving you. God might be saving you from something. You just don't know what it is. And so Grant Cardone talks about if somebody rear-ended you at a red light, it's your fault.
Yes.
Well, how the fuck is that my fault?
Yeah, make that make sense.
You could have left 5 seconds later or earlier, and you wouldn't have been in that exact spot where that person would hit you.
Yeah, you would have gotten the green light instead of the red light.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Somebody might have cut in front of you, so you had to slow down.
You know what's wild? You bring that up.
Small shifts, like
So those listening right now, this
that's
is like
taking full responsibility.
Yeah. This is September of 2025, right? So September 11th, right? I saw a post that said like they used like 5 or 6 different examples of this lady got in a car accident. She survived. She was supposed to be.
She's supposed to be at the.
She was supposed to be in the Twin Towers, and they went through like 5 or 6 different. There was a firefighter that his wife went into labor.
Yeah.
But he was supposed to run that shift that would have put him in the towers. And they go through like 4 or 5 different analogies. And it's like, dude,
it's a redirection. Like,
yes. Yeah. But like, dude, there's a reason for everything. But dude, you have to take responsibility for everything. I tell people like, that's one of our core values. Take responsibility for all things, right? You were checking out those earlier.
Yeah.
Like, dude, it's a real thing. When you can truly take.
For the good and the bad. Everything.
Yes.
I don't
dude,
care what it is.
Dude, it's
on you.
I hate people that boast of like, oh, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. I'm like, cool. But I'm like, but what happens when you have that shit day and you want to blame your spouse? You want to blame the economy? You want to blame Trump? You want to blame, like, you freaking name it. And I'm like, dude, how about you just like go? I love David Goggins.
Me too.
Love
he's
Goggins.
a fucking animal, bro.
Dude, go in the mirror.
Absolute animal. I mean, he's had all the dude.
Go look in the mirror. Like, it's because you're like, you can't blame your spouse. Why? Because let's say you are married.
Yeah.
Your spouse is laying in the bed. When you go look in the mirror, your wife isn't there.
Right.
Your kids aren't there. Your business partner isn't there.
You.
Yeah, it's you. And you either have to like be okay with it or not be okay with it, right?
Right.
And some people are like settle and like, this is just my life. I guess is how it is. It's like, but that's not what it has to be. You're just choosing or allowing it to happen to you instead of you choosing what you want to do.
Yeah. So I say, if you're a part of the problem, you're a part of the solution. If you're not a part of the problem, you can't ever fix anything. So you want to be a part of the problem.
Yeah.
Because if nothing is my fault, then nothing is ever going to change.
Right.
You're just going to continue having problems.
Right.
But if you are the core center of the problem, you're the constant variable in every fucking problem, now you're in control and you can do something about it.
Yeah. So it's funny you said the word problem. So I'm working on this. It's way harder than I thought it would be. Changing the word so we're not.
I call it a growth opportunity.
We call it opportunity. Like, hey, dude, hey, Jason, we got a problem. I was like,
no, it's a growth
I'm
opportunity.
like, call me back.
We call it an opportunity.
I literally hung up. Hang up. Yeah. Hey, call me back. Hey, Jason, we have an opportunity.
Right.
Just the mindset shift of opportunity. There's natural optimism in an opportunity.
Correct.
For good. A problem.
And words have power. So you change.
Yes,
yeah.
Because like we have a problem. When have you ever been like, we have a problem and it's a great problem?
Yeah.
Like if you're not in that crazy mindset thinking stage, like we have a problem, it's always negative. It's always bad. It's never good, right? But like, hey, we have an opportunity. It's like to
do what?
To make a deal?
Yeah. Exactly.
To make some money? To help somebody?
Right.
It's like I'd be like, hey, I have an opportunity. I have a blown out tire.
And it's such a small shift. It's such a small shift in words and focus.
Yeah.
And that smallest degree makes the biggest difference. People just don't get that.
Well, because it compounds too, right?
Yeah. Oh, it compounds massively.
Dude, I always tell people one of my favorite things. I don't even know where I got it from. Probably Dan Martell. This is the first person that comes to my mind.
Dan is such
dude.
A beast.
I want him to come speak at one of my events.
Buy back your time. Such a great man. He's great.
Good cat.
Yeah.
Pay attention to what you consume. And we say consume, we think of like what we're eating. But he's like, no, pay attention to what, not just what you eat, what you listen to,
100%.
And what you watch.
Exactly.
And I'm like, that negativity is from something or someone that you are watching. We're going to get into social media here in a second.
Yeah.
Like you like pay attention to, we think it's just like what you consume. And I'm like, you can consume stuff here and here. You consume stuff more with your eyeballs than you do your ears and your mouth combined.
Wow. Okay.
right?
Yeah.
Because your eyeballs are never closed unless you're sleeping.
Right.
You can like not listen to stuff, be on a plane, and you can be watching shit,
Right.
but not be listening to it, and you're not talking, right? Or you're not eating 24/7,
Yeah.
right? But your eyeballs, like, dude, pay attention to what you watch and then what you hear apart from what you eat, because what happens, like all three of those things, they still go in your body. Right, but the craziest part, they talk about like alcohol, like cocaine. Right, there's no cocaine in your system. 4.5 years.
4.5
right?
years.
But they talk about like porn. When you watch that image never goes away.
Yeah.
Alcohol can leave your system after 21 days or whatever that magical number is. Right, or a drug or something like that. But like but what you see. Right, that's why PTSD in the military is such a crazy thing.
That
now,
makes sense.
I make very clear, I was never in the military. I've seen some crazy shit, but I've never been like military type or a cop, that kind of stuff. But like the stuff they see, they can't.
You can't ever unsee. It's always engraved in your mind.
So how important is it to what you consume with your eyeballs?
I've never even heard that. That's good.
Right, or like hearing stuff. We hear stuff and we're like, we cringe or we flinch or we move from things that we hear because there's triggers. Right. Apart from, and then what you eat, it's like, yeah, you eat dog shit, you're going to probably feel like shit.
Right.
Right? It's very simple. That's the easiest one though, right?
Yeah.
But we always think like consumption is like the mouth instead of the ears, and now especially the eyes. Like, what are you watching? And who are, like you said, that circle, right? I love that you brought that up. Like, my two buddies are multimillionaires. You sat back and what'd you do? You didn't just. You watch what they ate.
Clues.
You didn't watch, but you didn't. Did you really watch what they eat? Like,
no,
are
I
they
will not watch what
are
they
they eating? Getting a double, a Big Mac, or are they eating, protein? Or like, you didn't really. I would say you didn't care, but like, that wasn't what you were fixated on. You were watching with your eyeballs of what they were doing. The consistency wasn't like.
Well, plus I have the food under control. You know, like for me, so I wasn't paying attention to that. I was like, what are they doing for the monetary success? What were those habits?
Right.
Because that is what I was aspiring for. I mean, I stay single digit body fat year round.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I stay shredded. Yeah.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Okay. So segue into like what you consume, social media.
Yeah.
Right. And then we'll wrap up with this. So social media, like, how important is social media when starting a business or owning a business in 2025?
I mean, it's crucial. And I say that, and you can still build without one, but
sure,
at the end of the day, like, your social media, it's your brand. And oftentimes people don't even ask for your number anymore. They're like, oh, let me get your social media. Like, what's your IG?
Yes.
What's your TikTok? Like, what's the IG? What's the TikTok? Like, it's very common because people want to go to that page and they want to see who you are.
Right.
At least get a glimpse. I mean, and there's a lot of fakeness, right? A lot of people have a social media life and a real life, so you got to be careful on which. A lot of people play the comparison game, right? So, I mean,
that'll destroy you.
Yeah, dude. What's crazy about that? They showed a lot of people that had unfortunately taken their lives, and they go pull up their social media, and like every picture is them smiling, happy, like just excited.
I love my spouse.
Yeah.
2 weeks later, getting divorced, and I'm like, what?
Bro, it's like there's so much fakeness. It's like, just be authentic, right?
Yeah.
And so it gives you a lot more credibility as well. So it's social media is huge, bro.
If you think about it, if we didn't have social media, you wouldn't be here.
Correct.
You're in a fucking other state. You're in Texas.
Yeah.
And we didn't meet from two casual buddies.
Yeah, the networking is crazy from social media.
Isn't that insane?
One of my biggest the best sales guys, one of my top guys, social media. Yeah.
And the reason why I believe social media is more powerful than a phone number is because, cool, I have your phone. But if I'm not calling you and talking to you, right?
It is more powerful than the phone number, for sure.
It's 10 times more powerful. Why? Because I can go in and I can watch hundreds and hundreds of minutes, or if you have volume, hours of your content.
Right.
I'm not going to call you and talk to you for hundreds of hours, ever.
And you can at least see like how you think, how you speak, what you're about, how you carry yourself.
Yeah. And what if I want to talk to you at 11 o'clock at night and you're sleeping?
Right.
I can go watch your shit at 11 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
And I can consume your shit for hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and hours while you're sleeping.
Yeah.
I can't text you or call you at 1 o'clock in the morning.
Right.
Right. Or 11 o'clock during the day when you're on a plane.
Yep.
Like I can't get a hold of you.
It's true.
Right.
I've made a lot of connections, bro. A lot of my good friends have come from social media. Like, we built great friendships for like over 2-3 years and hadn't met yet. And like, I'm better friends with them than some people. Like, it was crazy.
The dudes that you have phone numbers of. It's funny. True story.
Yeah, that's
On it,
true.
before he came over here, he told me he was getting like, hey, what time are we meeting up? And like this and traffic and whatnot.
Oh, yeah, I called you on
He
IG.
called me on IG video. And I'm like, and I'm literally, so my wife's 6 months
He
pregnant.
texted me like, did you just call me?
Yeah, and I'm
my
like,
bad.
I was like, IG, and I'm like, this dude's a freaking rookie. And I'm like, oh, he didn't have my phone number.
Yeah.
Right? And I was like,
forgot that I did.
yeah. But the point being is like, that's how easily accessible social media is. And I'm like, dude, like my number one tool, if I were you, like, because once again, like door knocking game, right? You have
Yeah.
crazy door knockers, ton of door knockers. How many doors can you knock in a day? Just, I mean, to have a quality appointment, to land a quality lead and a quality appointment, realistically, a solid, not your top 1%, like, not
Yeah,
your
I mean, you know,
on average.
our goal for the guys is 100 doors a day. But like, if you're landing, it also depends on the season, right?
Right. But to get a quality appointment though, out of those 100, how many true, like in the house, writing up a claim to a sale are you getting out of the 100? Just ballpark.
Yeah, like one,
So
two,
one out of 100.
Yeah, so like 1%, one,
Yeah.
two.
But you do 2 a day. 2 days pretty good.
Yeah, you're making great money.
Yeah,
right,
yeah,
exactly.
yeah,
So
two a day, like-
it's like it's worth putting
Hall
in
of
that
Fame
work
shit.
because of what's coming. Exactly.
Right.
It's
So-
like when you're a batter, it's like 300, you're in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, but what if I could target a certain neighborhood or a certain audience and I can get in front of hundreds or thousands
sure.
of people a day for free?
Right. Yeah. Just
That's
posting
apart
and
from
people seeing it.
boosting anything or running a paid ad.
Yeah,
Like-
dude, my social media in regards to, but because of Texas, like running ads in Texas is not that lucrative because there's so many companies. I mean, there's like 8,000 companies in just DFW.
Okay, you know what's crazy? So, fun fact, I didn't know this till I went to. Do you know Ryan Groth?
Why that name sounds familiar?
Oh, what's his company name? Dakota. Ryan Groth. He lives in Hawaii. He owns a sales
I
transformation
wanna say
company.
I've seen him.
So he does like he targets roofers, but he does
Yeah.
like he has like a whole sales program for roofing companies. So
Okay.
grow them and scale them to get like sales managers and all this stuff.
Yeah.
Anyways, super good dude. But I was at one of his events in Texas, and at a lunch, I was talking to these Texas roofers.
Right.
I think I was in Dallas, and there's a guy literally like, oh yeah, I live like 4 minutes from this hotel that we were having the conference at. I was like, oh cool. I was like, so how do you get licensed in this and that? He's like, what's a license?
Yeah, you don't need one.
And I'm like, what?
Yeah.
I'm like, in Texas,
That's why it's the hardest market.
you don't have to have a lot. Well, and like, no offense, fuck the like saturation and all that stuff. Who holds you accountable?
Yeah.
Like ROC, we can get our license taken away here in Arizona. We have like, you have the roofing license. You can get that. You fuck up enough roofs and piss off enough people, your license taken away.
Yeah.
And then if
Well,
you
at
do
the
it,
end of the day, like, I mean, you're gonna have your business pages on Google, like Google. I mean, people can get on there and just rip you.
yeah, well, they
people,
rip you, but legally, like that's just tainting your reputation.
I mean,
That's
probably
just-
with a better business. I mean, there's things that they can do, but to legally,
Yeah,
like,
but the
shut you
BBB is
down,
from the
I don't-
'90s. That's a dog shit. Like that's not like nobody's like, oh man, BBB. Like that's not. But
Well, you.
I'm saying,
some
saying,
people have asked, like, what's your rating on the Better Business?
well, and Google, and all, but I'm talking about on a legal standpoint, not just like.
So I don't know because I know we do good business, right?
No, I'm just saying like how wild it is though.
Yeah,
like
no,
that was
that-
a little tangent, but like
I mean,
you don't
it's
like
not-
I can
you're
move to
not
Texas and I can compete against you tomorrow.
Correct. It's gonna-
With an EIN number
That's correct.
and an LLC,
That's correct.
and I can go write a deal tomorrow and get 25. I can door knock. Literally, you knock that side, I knock this side. Jason Nemes on this side, Jason Payne on that side.
Correct.
We freaking knock 2 doors. We both make 25K. We both go
Just
close
like
2
that.
roofs, and like
Just like that. Yeah. So when it comes
that
to
is
like
nuts.
when it comes to like running ads and all the market, like online marketing shit, it's not very lucrative. And I've had multiple people, oh, well, you don't understand. Like, oh, I'm this, I'm the GOAT. And then I had some people that are trying to sell me, and I'm like, show me your number. I was like, oh, where are you those numbers from? Like, oh, California. I'm like, that's great. That's a very difficult market to even be able to do this kind of work in. Show me your numbers with a company in Texas. Oh, well, I don't have anybody yet. You know, it's like, because they've tried it and it just does, it's not great. The return is not great,
yeah,
really.
You know
Like,
Lee right? You know who he is? He does like 100 million a year.
where's he out of?
He's in Florida.
Lee, Florida. Okay.
Yeah. So what's this called? AARC.
I think I've seen his stuff. I think
yeah.
I've seen something for him on
So
social
he's
media.
Storm Chaser. Does 100 million a year. Anyways, so we had a coaching program. Like I'm like 6 months into business, 2019, and I go to one of his things, right? and the entire thing was like he had public adjusters there talking, he had appraisers there talking, he had insurance companies there talking, and then everything storm related, right? I'm talking. The reason why I bring this up, guys, I want you to pay attention to how important this Jason versus this Jason owning two different roofing companies, two different markets are 1,000% different.
Completely different. Yeah.
Like there's a lot of commonalities, but like mega freaking different.
Yeah.
Because there's no storms here. So if I had the storm mentality and the storm mindset, like I could do okay, but like it's in Texas, it's
Storms everywhere.
completely different.
And there's not even like there's storm season, but like not really. Last year we had storms, we had hailstorms hit in November and December.
Which is not normal. That's not season.
No, I mean
Season's
the
what, like
season
July to
per se is
August?
like end of February to like end of July.
Oh, so springtime.
Yeah, but dude, we've had multiple storms over the last couple of months.
Is it
Just all over.
Is it more well, Dallas is
Hail.
Hail. Dallas, I found this out too at that conference.
Yeah.
Dallas and Denver are the two highest hail damage
Dallas
whatever in the
Dallas and surrounding areas
country.
get crushed.
And Denver. Those are the two highest hail
like a per capita whatever.
per capita. Yeah.
Dude, Missouri and Kansas have gotten crushed this year a ton. Missouri like a ton. I couldn't believe it. But so back to the social media, as far as like ads to get customers, I don't really focus on that. But with my social media, bro, I have people pitching me on why I should hire them every day from all over the country. I've got people asking,
right?
They're like, I will move from my state if I can come work with
New York, if I can come sell for
Connecticut, New York, Montana, Seattle, legit pitching me on how big of a killer they are. Although usually I say those that talk the most do the least, and those that do the least expect the most.
Yep.
Because it's been proven. But
Totally.
yeah, bro, I get messaged all the time from people wanting to come
that's the
work
power
with
of social media, guys. Pay attention to that.
And that's my
like,
focus with it.
I use it to I generate 7 figures a year from social media.
I love it.
Like customers.
Yeah.
Right? Free, raw, organic. Just like, hey guys, Jason out here. I'm out in this concrete tile roof. It's a piece of shit. It's 20 years old.
Yeah.
Right? You live in this neighborhood? Call me. I'll
Right.
be here for the next 2 days or 2 weeks or 2 hours. Right? And boop, go.
I love it.
But you used it actually for a recruiting tool.
Yeah. And that's heavily on what I did with social media for network marketing was recruiting. And of course, I would get customers through it too, like posting results and stuff.
Yeah,
but
just naturally.
heavily recruiting. I mean, I've gotten people in different countries.
And that's why it's so important to build a brand, because when you build a brand, there's credibility. There's credibility. Like I wouldn't invite.
People feel comfortable with credibility.
And once again, I don't let anybody come on my podcast.
Right.
Make that very clear.
Yeah,
right.
and
So it's
thank
like,
you. I'm grateful to be
yeah,
here.
no. So like,
Appreciate it.
but like, there's curation with letting certain people come on your team, whether it's admin or production subcontractors, right? All those guys. But like, I'm telling you, the power of having a brand on social media can give you opportunities.
Yep.
That will open doors maybe for different markets, right? You talk about you're going into different markets. Like you're not just gonna like maybe you will.
We just got licensed.
You're crazy enough. You're just gonna fucking drive to Arkansas and just like, oh, looks like a good place to knock doors.
I
Let's
just
go.
got a license in Arkansas.
You did?
Yeah. And
So-
we're about to get one in Oklahoma and Kansas.
Dude, isn't it? So it's crazy how per state. Yeah.
Yeah. I already have a guy out in Arkansas.
Fun fact, like I said,
He sold like 10 deals before we had our license. I was like, hold off on doing the jobs, but like, we'll get it. And I already had crews ready to go.
Yeah.
He's like, when are we doing the work, boss? I'm like, just wait. Like, we'll have our license any day.
Yeah. Wait till I get the
We're
email.
lining them up. Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Wait till I have my license and then we're good. I want to do things by the book.
Do it legit. Do it legit. Okay. So last thing before I let you go. Like I said, those that are listening, most of them are doing anywhere from 1 to 3 million. And I say this nicely, but also factually, that most of us from our parents or people that we've worked for didn't have that dream, didn't have the $100 million dream. They had have the white picket fence, have a couple dogs, have my kid, have my spouse, make $100,000 a year, $250,000 a year for the next
Which was great
20,
in the 80s.
20, 30 years, and even 90s, right? My dad,
and
my
even
dad's
90s.
owned a flooring business for 40 years.
Yeah.
My uncle, 45 years in roofing. But like $1 to $3 million. Brandon Dawson, average small business owner, has less than 10 employees, does less than $3 million in revenue, and technically is out of business in 5 years.
Right, 3 to 5
So the ones
years
that
in,
have been able to be like consistent, but still 1 to 3 mil, right? What advice would you give them for the success that you've had in just 12 months or the last 18 months What advice would you give them to overcome that stat?
So, I mean, it's a great question. At the end of the day, remember, I was saying I get messages daily, and one of my offers is helping owners go from being stuck from that 1 to 3 to getting past that, getting to the next level.
Sure.
And it comes down to a recruiting, because like it's all about recruiting. It's all about the people and numbers. X amount of people can only do so much. Their output is only going to be so much, right? And so it's like, how do you work 25 hours a day? You get 25 people to work an hour a day. Like that's the mindset, right?
Yep. People, man.
Yeah. Getting people and good people and having them stay. And then you build a culture around that where everybody's hyping each other up. Then they go sell more because they're excited, and you give incentives. The person that does this gets this. And I have a Rolex incentive and I have an all-inclusive paid vacation incentive. But most owners don't get away from working in the business. And because it is fun. Like I get a high from going out, talking to a customer, doing the inspection, getting on the roof, marking it up, and you're out. It's beautiful outside. I mean, depending on where you're at in time of season, it's nice. Even if it's hot, like who cares?
I need your initials here, here, and here.
Exactly.
What's sexier than here and that?
Yeah.
I don't care who you are.
Awesome. Like I'm excited. I have my neighbor needs a new roof, and we were just talking about it 2 days ago. Great. Love the meter.
And dude, I don't care if it's $250. I don't care if it's $2,500, 25 grand, 250 grand. Like you hear those, and it's like it's like a dopamine hit,
bro.
Like,
I door knocked.
Never gets old.
I door knocked one house, and we just finalized the job. I mean, I made $24K on it. It's like it's fucking. I was driving, and I saw an adjuster walking around the house, and I didn't see anybody. Like I didn't see a roofer, anything. So I was like, I literally had no signs of nothing. So I turned around, I saw it, pulled up into her house, and I started talking to her. And anyway, she signed, and yeah, dude, we just finished.
Bam,
dude, it's like $23,880. It's like, dude, amazing, right? But it's like, if I continue to do that, you can only make so much money, right? I want killers.
You can only knock so many doors in a day.
That's exactly right. That's just what it is. It's just the law of numbers. We have the 24 hours, and you can only talk while running jobs and like being efficient and making sure customers are taken care of. So it comes down to people. Like if I get 5 people that can go do $1 million a year, you just fucking, if you're at 1 to 3 million, let's say you're at 2.5 million, you just doubled your business.
And you don't sell any of it.
Right.
That's the big thing.
And you can. If you have something good that comes up, maybe you go get an apartment complex. Maybe you get a fucking huge TPO roof on a commercial building.
I always tell people never stop selling and never stop marketing.
Right.
But your goal is to never be the number one sales rep or the number one marketer in your business.
Yeah, I'm at the point now, like I don't care to be. I want to position my company and all of my guys and girls, and I want to help them make as much money as possible and help their dreams come true. And like I said earlier, if I'm out selling and I get a phone call, I'm not answering it if I'm talking to a customer, because now I'm being disrespectful to a customer. And this phone call might be a make or break for a deal for somebody, depending on who it is. If they can't get a hold of someone, you just never know. And dude, my phone blows up nonstop. So I mean, we have a couple builds going up right now, right? And like, dude, my phone, because it's 2 hour difference. My phone was blowing up at fucking 4:30 because crew was trying to ask me some questions on certain things.
Yeah.
And I mean, there's a lot of growing pains, like getting project managers and
dude, your ARs have got to be psycho.
It's just crazy, bro. And just managing everything. Like, I don't even really have time to go out in the field anymore. Because we're signing like, this last week we had a day we signed like 12 deals.
In one day.
And
they're not like $5,000 deals. They're
$20,
$50,000, $80,000.
Bro, our average is like 55, 60K a job right now.
Really?
Because we've got multiple 6-figure jobs. Yeah. You find some honey holes and you stick there.
Yeah,
bro, it's like you'll have decent houses and they got like 4 metal shops and a metal shed, all crushed, no metal exclusion. Boom, $170,000 job.
Bam.
$155,000 job, $130,000 job. And then it's like, okay, you got a 20, and a 15, but it's like our average because of these high numbers. I think, and dude, it's just crazy. I had like 9 checks deposited this morning. One girl deposited 5 checks. One. So you want to get past 1 to 3 million, go get 10 of those.
Yeah.
But then it comes down to, why would somebody want to come work for you when you have all these companies, especially in Dallas, bro? There's so many companies.
Yeah.
Why would somebody choose you? I just had a guy, he's been in roofing for 8 years. He knows way more about roofing than I do. I never claimed to be a roofing master. It's not what I'm a master of. Yeah.
Nor do you need to be, guys. Pay attention to that too.
Right. He didn't trade. He gave the company truck back, the gas card. He had to finance a truck for himself and took a 5% pay cut to come work with us.
Because of the opportunity.
Because of the opportunity. And he wanted to be around winners.
The culture, yeah.
Yeah, bro. He told me, he was like, I'm tired. He's like, bro, I'm at a mandatory meeting right now. It's like a few weeks back, I'm at a mandatory meeting right now. It's 1 p.m. and it's like, I don't know what the fuck. And I was like, oh, dude, that sucks. I'm like, oh yeah, we're over here and inspections here. And he's like, oh man, I want that so bad. But he was waiting on getting approval for a truck, right? Because once he gave the company truck, that's the only vehicle he had.
Yeah, Dunzo.
So he needed something. I was like, I get it, bro. Just let me know. So it's
you know Tommy Mello?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he lives down here, sure.
Okay.
So I did his commercial building. I'm his roofer.
Yeah. Nice.
Little shameless plug.
Good person. Yeah.
Yes, dude. Nicest, most. He's gonna do $300 million this year. Freaking, and his fiance Bree. They're so cool.
God, that's crazy, man.
He talks about A players.
Yeah.
He's like, it's
the same concept. Winners only A players.
You had 4 A players and you had 20 B and C players.
Exactly.
And the 4 or 5 A players, like, dude, get rid of these freaking losers,
right?
And just keep these 4 or 5 A players.
I think I didn't say it. So the next week they did 51 deals. Did I say that?
No.
Those 4 did 51 deals, millions generated in that week. And we hadn't,
they're still talking shit about each other in a good way, like the competition, the camaraderie, just
bro.
like going at it.
Well, people were hyping each other up. Nice work. That's what I'm fucking fired up. Boom, hat trick. Like I had one guy like, boom, 5 deals, and like, it's just, I had one guy, he did 13 deals in one day. It's just unreal.
Wild.
Yeah.
Wild. Love it.
But it's like, you think it's unreal, but high level performers perform on high levels. So it's not that crazy when you really think about it.
Right.
You have other winners around, other A players, and other people are crushing it. And people want recognition. Some people will work harder for recognition than they will a paycheck. So when you're constantly hyping people up, posted on social media, so proud of so-and-so, first month in the coming to Summit, she signed 23 deals. No experience in roofing. 0. That's how we train people. You want to be with a company that's going to train you? So I'm on the McLaren. I have tatted Prez all over it.
Sure.
One of my guys that currently works for me, he was with a different roofing company. 2.5 months, he was with this other company. Knocks doors every day. So I knew he had the work ethic. He signed 1 deal. Picked up, he didn't even pick up a check. Excuse me. He met with the adjuster, but he wasn't ever able to get a check. 2.5 months. They never helped him. And it's like Matt Stafford, right? I believe it was with the Lions, they make the playoffs. Then he goes to the Rams, the Rams, and wins the Super Bowl. Yeah. The players the athletes need to be with the right teams.
Yeah.
Dude, he posted in the chat this morning, signed a deal.
The Buccaneers.
Yeah, bro.
Who the hell are the Buccaneers?
Exactly.
And Tom Brady's like,
I like that example
hold
better.
My beer.
Yeah, hold my beer. Like greatness breeds champions.
Yeah,
with others.
With Coach Arians, who was the Arizona Cardinals.
Yeah,
that was like 500.
Bro.
So he goes over there, he grabs Todd and Gronk and freaking wins the Super Bowl.
Yeah, you get some winners together, and it helps the other. Yeah, and also like some people, they do have greatness within them. They got to be around the right people. I mean, it's just like it's the formula, bro. That's just what it comes down to. But yeah, it's powerful stuff.
It's awesome.
Yeah. So I mean, this morning, I think he signed his 9th deal. It's either his 9th or 10th. And checks collected. Not on all of them, but like he's been collecting checks, bro.
Good.
And so
That's awesome.
and that's just, we win, man.
Do it again.
Yeah,
And do it again.
over and over and over. But the 1 to 3 million, that's what's missing. Is more people, more good qualified sharks, A players, winners.
Love it.
Yeah.
All right, gents, we can freaking keep going.
Oh, we can go on. We never even talked about my heart
dude.
attack.
Oh,
That's the craziest.
the what?
We never talked about the heart attack. That's the craziest.
Oh, dude, like that's all, like
That's episode 2.
episode 2.
That's
We'll-
episode 2 with
yeah.
Jason Nemes.
Yeah. We'll come back when I go to Dallas. We'll rip.
Yeah,
that
oh,
one.
cool, for
Yeah,
sure, yeah.
for sure. That's awesome. All right, guys. Jason Payne, host of the Sexy Business Status podcast. My man Jason Nemes with Summit Roofing over in Dallas, Texas.
Yes, sir.
And came here to drop some bombs. Hopefully, you guys learned from it. Whether you're in roofing or not, it don't matter because all of that, just take out Summit Roofing and put Summit
That's it.
Flooring, put Summit Pest Control, Summit Solar, Summit Plumbing, State 48, your mom. It don't matter. Dude, all those things, that's where it comes down to. So I'm telling you, get around people, those A players. Dude, I love, like I said, bring the energy, set the tone, set the standard, and do not settle for mediocrity and average. And we'll see you guys on the next one. Be great.
Later, y'all.